how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. So, I'm running out of ideas for videos. Just Gigguk all the time. No, but it's Gigguk, and I figured I am watching Call of the Night as we speak, like right now, this very moment. No, but I'm watching Call of the Night. And we're did little watch parties on Rumble over there. So, if you do go through my videos, you can watch it with me, kind of. But yeah, Gigguk, she wants to suck you. This is about Call of the Night. I believe, from what I read, it's about the manga, actually. So far, I really wasn't into it that much, but I just watched the 7th episode, which is, the 6th episode will be out by the time this comes out, but the 7th episode will be on Patreon. But it was pretty boring up until the 7th episode. Hopefully, there's not a whole lot of spoilers. This anime's like, a year old, I think now. So, I mean, it's my fault for watching this. So, yeah, we got Gigguk. She wants to suck you. And if you have any suggestions for any more videos or anything you want me to watch, please let me know. I'm always looking for content. So yeah, let's get into it.
This episode is sponsored by Keeps. Gentlemen, or ladies, I'm not going to make any assumptions here. Do
Sure.
you worry about your hair?
No.
Did you know that 2 out of 3 guys will experience
No.
some kind of
All
male
right.
pattern baldness by the time they reach 35?
Sorry, but I gotta skip ahead, Gigguk.
Or click the link in the description. That's keeps.com/Gigguk. Thank you to Keeps for sponsoring me today. And with
Sure.
that said,
You're welcome.
on with the video.
It's late. Everyone you know around you is already dead asleep.
It's not that
You look
late.
at the clock and it's 3 a.m., but your body for some reason is still nowhere near tired. The only thing keeping you company are those 2
Weed helps.
standing mates in your Discord voice chat you've been sat in for the last 4 hours.
Go watch Fullmetal Alchemist now!
But even you know they're going to be packing it.
Yeah,
in
go
soon.
watch it.
There's only so much fan art
You should.
can post, games you can discuss, Genshin memes you can share with each other before everyone runs dry.
네, 최근에는 이처럼 시민들에게 큰 도움을 줄 것으로 보입니다.
Please tell me that's not real. Oh, it's not. It can't
You know
be.
you should
Yeah.
be going to sleep, but after feeling stupidly groggy for most of the day, your dickhead brain decides now's the perfect time to be like, hey,
Well,
yo,
what anime is that?
Yo, is it time to party?
So since you have nothing better to do, you decide to go out for a walk, and what greets you is emptiness. The streets are quiet, the only sound you hear
I know this is an anime trope, and I'm sorry for pausing it so soon and so often, but where are this kid's parents? Like, keep saying he sneaks out at night to get away from his parents. His parents are sleeping, but you never see his parents. Yeah. Anyway,
are the low hum of the wind
That's
and
it.
the odd cricket chirping. All the homes are pitch black. Office
Anime
buildings
theory,
light
anime
up a
rules, I
room
guess.
Full of nobody. Streetlights illuminate a path to nothingness. The roads, which are normally an area of danger in bustling traffic, is completely
Well, it's
empty,
Japan.
void of any cars. You can walk in the middle of the road and no one will give a damn. Hell, you can walk, run, or cartwheel your way across for all you care. This is the only time you own this space. No one's gonna shout at you, no one's gonna judge you, no one's gonna uphold the rules. This is a time when you are free. This is the world that Call of the Night takes place in. So here's a little backstory. I picked up this manga one day because I rushed in a Family Mart because I needed a clear file. Yes, it was the one time in my life I had use for a clear file and I didn't have one of the fucking 100 useless ones that is sitting in my house. So I go to that section in Family Mart and I see a bunch of blank clear files
Absolutely.
for sale and then this set. And my first thought was, who this bitch? The smug grin, the cute little fangs,
Who
the
this?
smug
Who
grin,
this
the
bitch?
absolute drip of some of these outfits, the smile that can cure depression, the smug
It's alright, I
grin.
guess.
This is the kind of face I should have seen in about 100 different Discord profile pictures by now, but yet I hadn't. So I turn it over and see that it's a promotion for Yofuka.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know what it
Then I
is
zoom in
either.
closer to see that it's written in a language that even my monkey brain can comprehend. Yofukashi no Uta, a manga from the same author as the Gashi.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I've seen Tagashi Kashi a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but wow, 10 years ago, I think the last when I saw it, maybe. Could have been sooner, but yeah, I remember this one.
Immediately picked up the manga and started reading. More of the story,
I liked
sometimes
it.
I try to curate the finest of anime and manga based on deep, meaningful stories that look like they can give a bit of introspection and really impact the people reading it. And sometimes I pick up something because I see an anime girl with a shit-eating grin.
There you go. That works.
Most of the time it's the latter. Ko Yamori has insomnia. Despite being a good kid with good grades,
Same,
he's dissatisfied with
brah.
the school life he lives. So one day he just up and decides, fuck it. I'm gonna
Stop
start
going.
Without
Yeah.
any
I'm gonna
responsibilities
stop
or
going.
anything to keep him occupied during the day, he can no longer sleep.
Hey,
So
I
he
made the
decides
same
to go on a
decision
night
there,
walk
buddy.
where He meets a short, sassy young girl named Nazuna who invites him to go back
If you
to
have
school
a
together.
choice,
Ko,
finish
being
high
a
school.
smart kid, immediately
I
remembers
dropped
what to
out.
say when strange girls dressed like hookers at midnight ask you to come back to their place round a dark alleyway. Yes. Nazuna, though, is actually secretly a vampire, so unfortunately for Ko, she doesn't want to suck dick, she only wants to suck blood, cheeky cunt. And after sucking Ko, he's
there a
immediately
difference?
surprised that he also doesn't turn into one. After talking, Ko actually wants to become a vampire. He sees the freedom from daytime responsibilities that Nazuna has, but she reveals that he can only become a vampire if the human is actually in love with the vampire before she sucks his blood. So Ko thinks to himself, well, guess it's finally time to binge the entirety of Twilight.
I don't sleep.
So he decides to try and fall in love with her so she can turn him into a vampire. Even though by anime rules she's probably like 30 years old and Ko is
Yeah.
14. From the synopsis, the series
It's the problem I had with it. It's a big problem. Okay, so I've been wondering how old she was. I've been watching it, and I was like, how old is this woman? They wouldn't put her, in sexual positions like that if she wasn't. I don't think. But, yeah, he's 14, so...
seems like your typical
It's a bit
supernatural anime. It's pretty
pedophile-y.
much a dime a dozen these days. But what really drew me in about this title
borderline
was
pedophile
just
behavior.
The world of nighttime itself. You think you need to get fucking isekai to a fantasy place with big tittied elf girls fawning over your dick to go to another world? Fuck no. Time, and you decide to walk back the exact same route, but somewhere along the way you look up and you think to yourself, where the fuck am I? Did these streets always look like this? Maybe I took a wrong turn. Was there always a McDonald's there, or am I tripping? What are these Lovecraftian nightmare creatures wandering around that smell like 10 pints of Guinness? The real draw of Call of the Night
Shaun of
is
the Dead. I
seeing
love Shaun of the
stories
Dead.
centered around this setting. Normally, when I hear stories involving vampires, my initial reaction is always normally,
Yeah. I'm with you. I get the same thing with zombies, too.
I don't know what it is, I just have zero interest in the general lore of vampires unless it happens to be a 6-foot lady who can also step on me. But here, they're the perfect vehicle to tell stories about people that inhabit the world of nighttime. We see Ko meeting different people in the dead of night. We find out their stories and eventually
I did like
meet other
Hellsing.
vampires
That was
who
good.
have their own
Hellsing
approaches and
Ultimate.
beliefs of what they think it means to be, well, a vampire. There's just something different about seeing someone in that time of the night. You're not bound by the same social shackles you are in the daytime.
Are you?
Everything and
Or aren't you?
everyone has a different pace to them, and this is the only manga I've seen that really conveys that same feeling of just wandering the streets in the dead of night. One of my
okay.
favorite stories is when Ko bumps into an overworked, underappreciated
Yeah, I
office
saw that
worker.
episode.
Someone working a stressful job with an asshole boss, she finds connection with Ko over the brief respite she feels from all that during the nighttime. There's a sense of peace there that she could never find during the stressful daytime. And after walking to the convenience store one day when
I don't know if maybe it's different with the manga, but I just was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it's better in the manga. I have no idea. I just thought it was kind of a silly show, but whatever.
everyone was already dead asleep, she had a moment to herself when she realized, yeah, I belong here.
No offense
That
if
was
you
the freedom that she
found
yearned for in
anything
life, and
freeing
night
from
was
this
the only place where she could find it.
piece of
It's just
media.
small stories like this that I found myself relating to. The only thing that really rubbed me the wrong way overall was the main character acting like all these societal responsibilities he had were so overbearing that he'd rather blindly become a vampire
Yeah, he's
just to
14.
escape it all. Like, bitch, you're 14 years old. The biggest responsibilities you have are getting your homework in on time, trying not to pop your first boner when Hannah from class 9 sits next to you, and coming
Coolly.
to terms that eating boogers is no longer a socially acceptable thing to do at your age. Surprisingly, though, this does get addressed as the series not only
Yeah, I was
explores
gonna-
his character, but Nazuna's as well.
Yeah, Fooly
The
Cooley
longer
does it a
progresses,
lot
we
better,
start to see
obviously,
What
but-
it really means to be a Night Walker, not a vampire per se, but a being where responsibilities mean nothing, where you never have any engagements you need to wake up for.
Dogs.
What does
There's
that
a dog
do to
barking.
person? Now, I gotta be real for a second. I'd like to think that everything I talk about is a 10 out of 10 banger that I could recommend to anyone and everyone, but I mean, even I know there's only so many times I can recommend Domestic Girlfriend. Sometimes, though, I just find a series
I
that
tried
fits
watching
such a
that.
specific
I saw the
niche
first
A small
episode.
niche that definitely doesn't appeal to everyone,
I don't
but
know.
definitely does to me at least. Your Fukashi no Uta isn't something that's going to appeal to everybody, or even most people. There's not so much anything that really grips you about this. It's got some interesting ideas.
I didn't
about
see that part.
relationship, depression, eroticism, and youth, but it's fed to you in such
Youth.
a slow drip feed that it will definitely put a lot of
Youths.
people off. For me though, that slow pacing is such a big part in how this story feels. It's laid back.
It is
aloof,
kinda
it's
slow
mellow
paced.
most of the time.
I agree.
Exactly like the setting it takes place in. Holy fuck, did I just become a Slice of Life fan?
Motherfucking
Nighttime. Because
I like
if there's one
Slice of
thing
Life.
this manga does beyond characters or story or romance or themes,
It's kind of
that
the way I
can't find
described it,
anywhere
too.
else, it's the vibe this series emanates. And this is the niche that I'm talking about. I'm a responsible adult now who tries to have a healthy sleeping schedule, going to bed and waking up at responsible times, because if I don't, I'm just not going to get any work done. God, it's so boring adulting. But you know what? For most of my life, I've always
I can't forgive him for saying adulting. Nobody says that anymore.
been a night owl. I've had trouble staying awake, and
I know this
the
is a year
reason
ago,
for this was
Gigguk, but
because
come on.
most of my friends were online, living in America, so my social time would generally be later than usual anyway. But also, there was just something so calming and soothing about the peacefulness of night. I found comfort knowing that most of society was asleep. There was no pressure to be active or productive because no one is. You could just walk the empty streets and immerse yourself in the quietness. You felt this like kinship to any random stranger you'd see. What's their story? Why are they out in the dead of night? What led them to this time and place that really no one, like me, should be awake? Finding comfort in the dead of night reminds me of a time when responsibilities aren't constantly crawling up at you. You're not stressing over something you have to be awake early for. You don't have any commitments you need to worry about. You can just do whatever you want and no one's going to be there to stop you. This is what I felt when I read this manga. There wasn't anything
okay.
hugely gripping that kept
No
me
offense,
coming back,
Gigguk,
but
but-
it was just the comfort.
No offense, Gigguk, but I think you might be looking too deeply into this. But I understand. It is about that, but I don't know. I think I'd get a little more sappy over Berserk, but that's just me.
That only
Or Fully
other fellow
Cooley.
night
I don't know.
owls
I
out
could
there
do that.
would be able to understand.
Get a
That's
little
not to say that there
esoteric.
isn't any plot or character developments at all, but what I am trying to say is it ain't the cheese or the tomato base of the pizza. It's just the extra little toppings you find on top. So then you may be
Sure.
wondering, what's the crust to this story? Fuck off. You know, the appeal is niche enough that I'm honestly a bit surprised the thing already has an anime coming out next summer.
Oh, okay, well, it didn't come out when this was... Yeah, the song is badass. The music's really good.
Mention this name, let alone talk about this.
Yeah, I heard
manga,
about it.
Yet the PV already has 4.1 million views, which, you know what? Just look at the thumbnail. You know exactly why this got 4.1 million views.
Girls.
Look, I'm calling it now. We're about to get a huge rush of anime profile pictures with Nazna front and center, because I swear to God, she's got the perfect face built for it.
I didn't see that
Especially
many,
when anime
honestly.
can get decently popular
This is
enough
from
to
a year
have
ago,
a
but
dedicated
I didn't
fan
see a
base.
whole
I
lot.
already can't wait for the cool fan arts we're gonna see.
I didn't
Not to
see what
mention
that
even
said.
getting an
I'm
opening
tired.
From Creepy Nuts.
Creepy
Famous
Nuts.
brother of D's Nuts. It's been a while since I've just gone out of my way to blindly give a new title a try without
I
any
just saw that
recommendation, without
7th
any prior
episode.
knowledge, without any preconceptions.
I just saw that.
And you know what? It was a wonderful experience. Maybe I've just found the optimal recommendation system for new anime and manga that no one has yet discovered. Oh, hey, how do you find new anime to watch? You know, I just see what's popular on Mal or something. And what do you use? Yeah, I just see what some dickhead YouTuber recommends. What do you use?
Get on my level.
I go to Gigguk for my
Hey
recommendations.
guys, hope you enjoyed
Oh,
that
alright.
video.
That's
Thank
quick.
you very much to Alpha Sigma, Basil.
Basil. Yeah, there you go. More Gigguk for you. Yeah, I'm watching that right now. That's why I figured, let's watch, see what he has to say about it. Yeah. So far, like I said, I'm also watching Maiden Abyss, so maybe that's why I'm not like enthralled with Call of the Night, but it's alright. I mean, it's your typical. They just introduced more vampires into the show. When I just got done watching episode 7, so maybe it'll get. I was just expecting that to happen sooner, or to get a little more exciting. Like you said, it's kind of like a slice of life type thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see it through, but I mean, you know, it's not up there with my favorite shit of all time, but it's all right. But yeah, and I highly recommend go watch that on my channel. It if you go into the review of Call of the Night or Made in Abyss, it'll send you over to Rumble. I do an episode a week ahead of time, so those will be on Patreon. But eventually, if you want to wait, they'll come out on YouTube /Rumble. Rumble doesn't really give a shit, so unedited too. So that's your Gigguk probably for this week. Good. And then I'm backlogged. I got a bunch of Gigguk to watch anyway. There's a lot of it that I have not watched. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks for all the love and support and the views and the likes and the subs and the subbies. I appreciate it, and thank you very much. And I just try to think of something insightful to say. Skibbity boobity, don't drink doodity. I don't know. I got to work on it. All right, bye.